doing all the button presses. So I hope that you folks are in for a hootenanny, as we have a lower bracket match in the second round featuring Arispici and Charlieboy. The winner of this will go on to face Snape. And our runners in the room are ready. We're actually going to do the settings for this match. The first match. Probably going to do it for the whole set, but pretty much we're doing the A settings. We're doing any percent, so we're going to see plenty of zips. And I'm going to set our boys loose in the room as I'm pressing all the buttons today. And we are going to set our boys off in just a moment, as soon as I verify that both of them are ready. And the countdown is on. The room will... Countdown is on. Light the lights. It's the Muppet Show tonight, folks. So we're going to have a great match tonight, or this afternoon, wherever you are in the world, between these two runners, veteran runners themselves. It's going to be a hot contested race, and we're going to see how it shakes down in the end. Like I said, the gates have been released, and we're just waiting for the stream to catch up here. There we go. The timer is finally counting down, as you know, flying solo here in the booth, pressing all the buttons and make sure all our runners are set square. And we are off. There we go. Are finding both the runners going into quick man stage first. Make sure our runners are also synced up proper. There we go. Thanks to our guys in the background for keeping us straight. Alright, so going down quick band stage we go. We got both our runners neck and neck. Unfortunately, our tin cans are here to greet them, and they are not one-shot busters, so we got to be careful to not take the full damage. Probably getting a full health drop from the frog. Oof. So Charlieboy getting the luck right now, as he got full health coming out of the halfway point of quick band stage, as Arispici is low on health. You may see Ari ended up taking that E-tank that we gathered here in the boss fight. But we'll see who's in that door when we get there, as both our runners are going straight down the S turns here. Ari, I think, doing the smart thing, making sure, you know, doesn't really get tagged by the Joe with his low health. Charlie, the first of our two runners to enter the door. And we'll see our first robot master, and it is, in fact, a vanilla quick band who is a buster soft, not giving. Yep, as I thought, Ari did have to take that E-tank, and down goes his quick band, as both the runners have taken down their quick band, and Charlie is opting to go to Flash next. Let's see if. Yep, Ari is gonna go split from Charlie and go to Boltman stage, so we'll find out where our runners end up when we get to Wily stages here, as we got Charlie now going through Flash stage. He'll definitely check the wall here. Oh, he's gonna check it with both weapons, looks like. Nope, quit and Buster, not good. So, two of the wall weaknesses checked. 6 to go. As Ari is now going into the bubble pool. The turtles that are acting as the rabbits our Buster week, and we're gonna try and Buster pulse buffer our way through and do the zip here in bubble stage. Did we get it? We did not. So Ari unfortunately gonna have to take the long walk, as Charlieboy is going to take the top section here. Usually he avoids this E-tank. Yep. So he is going to take the lower path, and he's going to find out who is in the flashbang room in just a moment, as both the runners are going through their second stage, and I am not tracking. Alright, so we got a Heat Man in Flashman's room, who is neither weak to the quick boomerang or the Buster, so we gotta do the Heat dance. And Charlieboy's gotta be careful. You definitely don't want to be hugging the Heat Man. Yeah. And it looks like we got a vanilla Bubble Man in ooh, Ari's gotta be careful. 2 more shots. Alright, well done on Ari's part, well done on Charlieboy. We got both our respective robot masters out of the way. Flash. Ari's gonna go, and now our runners are going to switch stages. Ari going into Flash stage, and Charlie going into Bubble stage. I didn't see if we got a weapons. Jack, can you, or I guess I should say items, can you correct me if we did? Because I am doing a lot of everything here. Appreciate it, chat. Alright, so Charlie is very... maybe... yep, he got it. So Charlieboy got the bubble zip. He's definitely got probably a slight lead on Ari now with that zip. Ari is now going to take the top route here. I actually thought he was going to go and get the E-tank, but nope. He is ignoring that. He's going to take on that He-Man. We do know that both the Buster and the Quick Boomerang weren't exactly viable weapons against Heat-Man. Maybe the weapon he got from Bubble Stage will actually do the trick, and we'll find out in a moment as he'll be entering his boss room first. Charlie about to enter the Quick Man room. Looks like he's got heat, and yep, heat on heat violence it is. So Ari's gonna be out of his stage real much faster than Charlie is in Bubble, but you know that time makeup is a big deal for Ari, as he could have been seconds behind Charlie, who is a massive favorite in this tournament. As we get Ari now going into Airman stage, and we got Charlie going into Woodman. Yeah. Anytime, generally, and this is just me, the runner, speaking right now. Generally, if I have to take on Heat-Man, I'm gonna find a weakness because I do not want to do the 16 hit dance, I like to call it. Anyway, Charlie will about to take on the hot dogs. He finds Leaf Shield to one-shot them and go right on through. Arlie not wanting to hug that tin can there as he was slipping down. Charlie gonna have to go through the treehouse as we don't have any items yet. As relatively tame Airman stage here with just Janky Makers blocking our path, and the metal spike chains that are taking one shot. So Ari will be the first through his stage in Airman here, and we'll find out who's waiting for us in Airman's room as Charlieboy is making his way through the treehouse here. And we got ourselves a Metal Man with Ninja Gaiden boss music. And he's Buster Soft, so yep, down goes Metal Man for Ari. Did we get an item in Airman stage? We get item 3. As Charlieboy is going through. And Ari's gonna go to Heatman stage next. Interesting. Charlieboy about to take on Flashman, who is not weak to Leaf Shield. Not quick. So looks like we're just gonna Charlie wanted to try using the heat on Flashman there, but didn't exactly work. Let's see if he gets an item out of Wood stage. He did not. So off the Middleman stage, Charlieboy goes. Ari only has item 3 for He-Man stage here. He says, screw it, I'm just gonna do it without item 2. Which is fine, but you know, makes things a little easier when you have it. So he's gonna do the Heatman zip here. These chickens are not Buster weak, but the Leaf Shield does the job all the same. So we're gonna see a lot of use out of that. Is it a energy? It is not. However, being on the conveyor belt and trying to square him up with the Leaf Shield, definitely a bit of a pain. Ari, meanwhile, making it through the Yoku section. As he gets shot by the Shotman. But I'm Tish. Charlieboy in the second half of Metal stage now. Putting, you know what? It's Leaf Shield, but I'm just gonna call it what it is, considering our sprites. Skull Barrier to use. As we get Banana Man, Woodman in the Heat Room, who is Buster Soft, and down he goes. And there's item 2. It's like Ari sniffed it out. So let's see where he goes next. He's gonna go to Crashman next. With item 2 in hand. He's gonna... I don't know... He's probably gonna do the Buster only zip here. You can use item 2 to do this zip, but why would you? So Ari's gonna wait for that tin can to get out the way. That tin can actually might be a problem, but he's Buster through it. Meanwhile, Charlieboy's got Airman on the conveyor belt here. And it looks like Ari did in fact get the zip. Charlieboy did not get item 1 out of Metal. So, by process of elimination, folks, item 1 is in fact locked in Crashman stage here. So, Ari will get that when he comes out of here. And off to the second half of Crashman stage, Ari goes. Use item 2 as a platform with the item 1 in hand. Let's see what... Okay, Ari's going to take the right side. He's going to use that item 3 he got and use that for his climb. He's going to pause well for his way through the damage boost on the Turtle Rabbit. Charlie jumping over the Team Rocket Janky Maker. Let's see if Ari... Yep, Ari's picking up his E-Tank from Crashman stage. As Charlieboy is reaching the end of Airman stage, he's gonna find that Buster Soft Metal Man waiting for him. As Ari is entering the Crashman door. I believe the only Robot Master we haven't seen yet is, in fact, Crashman, so he should be behind this door. Yep. He is also Buster Soft, and he's slightly dumb. Ari makes quick work of that Crashman. So this should be our item 1, in fact. It is. Charlie got air done. Got his item 3. So So if you were looking for Crash and Air, or for your items in this stage, they were in fact both in Crash and Heat. So, both our runners got their last 2 stages left. Ari's trying to do the item 1 zip here in metal stage if the chickens will cooperate, but it looks like they're not going to let him do it, and Ari right now is just bleeding time back to Charlie, and he's boom right there, the chickens make him die. So Ari making a mistake here as he just bled time to Charlieboy. Meanwhile, Charlieboy is setting up the heat zip here. Yeah. Oof. Ari almost eating it again into the pit from the chickens, but he does recover there. So right now, I would almost dare to say Charlie's got a slight edge, even though they both still have both have lengthy stages back. Ari probably will make this back up when he goes to Woodman stage here, and does the good wood here. Meanwhile, Charlieboy is about to enter the Heatman door and take on the Robot Master waiting for us there. I actually forget who was there. I don't remember. It was Banana Man, right? Who was Buster Soft. And and Charlieboy doing my favorite thing when we see Woodman and check to see if Crash Bomb works. Did not work, but he was Buster Soft, and down goes Banana Man. And there's our item 2. Hotly contested race this is, folks. Alright, so Ari taking on Airman on the conveyor belt. Now, the one thing about taking on Airman in Metal Man's room is the conveyor belt actually overrides the air shooter and being blown back. Charlieboy doing the Buster Only Zip and Crash Man stage. Alright. Ooh, Charlieboy did not get it there. Let's see if he can make up for it here in a bit and get around the tin can this time. So Ari is now in their last Robot Master stage in wood. Let's see if Charlie gets it this time, because I can only imagine that tin can being a problem. There we go. Charlie got it that time. Are using the full charge heat to take down the hot dogs. Alright, Charlieboy at the halfway point. I think my estimation was definitely way off here. But here goes Ari doing good wood here. Alright, let's see. I think Ari is going to be slightly ahead. I could be wrong. Alright, got the quick boomerang out, checking his sights. Zip, and climb, and drop, and go back up. Uh-oh, did he overzip? Nope, he's good. Alright, Ari taking on a Flashman in Woodman's room. Charlieboy still doing the crash climb. It's still a close race, folks, but right now Charlieboy is about to finish the crash climb, take on Crashman in Crashman's room. But Arispici is in fact the first of our 2 runners into Wily stages, and it is in fact Dr. Winklebrows himself. But we do have a game to play that's in our community, where you can guess the color of the dragon, guess weakness, guess the sprite, potentially, and if you are correct, you win a free supply of Randomizer, Mega Man 2 Randomizer. I'm gonna go with my guess of Grimace Purplish Dragon, Green Belly. And he's gonna be weak to Crash Bomb. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be Oats Dragon. Alright, now we got both runners in Wily 2 stage now. Ooh, Charlieboy trying to get that item too high enough so he can jump over. But the Metroids, much like Ari, are giving him a bit of a fit. Unfortunately, the item 2 wasn't going to work out for Charlieboy there, as the Metroid said no, much like they did to Ari. Ooh, Charlieboy trying to do the vertical zip there, does not get it. So he's giving time right back to Arispici here. Ari wisely taking the damage boost from the Lagphibians as he's reached the top of the ladder now. And we're about to see what this dragon looks like. Yeah, this item looks a little standard. Charlieboy gonna do the vertical zip. No! Oh no! Charlieboy doesn't have enough item 1 to make the rest of the climb. Meanwhile, it is a Shades Dragon that's gray and weak to the Buster. Charlieboy, oh no! Alright, so he used the self-destruct button. He's gonna pick up the big energy here, but right now Charlieboy is gonna be in the hole, folks, as Arispici is now in Wily 2. I think Arispici got a little confused there, but he got his second E-Tank. He's gonna have that extra life finally, as he didn't have any at this point. Surprised he's not refilling his item energy, but you know what? His choice. Charlieboy opting now to do the climb regular, as his greed definitely got the better of him this time. So this is why I do Zipple, folks, because sometimes just trying to get those zips, you tend to be greedy, and it leads to massive errors like what happened to Charlieboy there. So right now, Ari about to enter the Pico fight. Looks like Charlieboy's on Crash Bomb. Not weak to metal. How about wood? Not wood. Well, looks like it was a page too, but it is in fact Buster weak for both runners. Oof. I'm not sure about that Crash Bomb. How about air? Yep. Air is the way to go. Take an E-Tank, please, Ari. Thank you. 1-to-1 air shooter on Pico. I'll take that any day. And just like that, Ari is out of Wily 2. See if he goes. He should make a pit stop here in a moment to refill that air shooter. By the way, that air shooter, the way it's operating, that back end could potentially be god weakness for the Pico units. But we'll see when we get there if in fact is a Pico weapon unit, and he does refill his item 2 or air shooter. As Ari makes his way into Wily's septic tank. Looks like we got moles in the background. They're interesting in this stage as they don't come through the water, but they're still in the background up top and below. As Ari is going to make the drop here. Charlieboy about to take on the Pico units. Looks like Charlie did not want to use air shooter here. And so the Pico units have 3 weaknesses, by the way. And by default, the last weakness was in fact gonna be heat, as Ari is checking for a weakness on the guts tank, and it's air shooter for the tank. Thank you. But yeah, air shooter 100% was the way to go versus the Pico units here, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, into Wily 4 Ari goes. He's got a stage up on Charlieboy at the moment. But, you know, anything could happen as we enter the anxiety rooms here. Charlieboy's going to refill his air shooter now. Checking, just going ahead and checking to see if the wall weakness was in fact air shooter, which it was not. Ari doing the jumps there to check the floor weakness there. And he was trying, I don't know if Ari was trying to do the vertical zip, but he didn't exactly get it there. Paul's buffering his way over. Well done. As he's trying to save on item 2 energy, as I think he wants to use that in room 3 here. But let's see what our enemy set is going to look like here in the anxiety rooms. We got 1 rabbit, but it's on the left side. How about the right side? Will there be a rabbit on the right side here when we get into the next section? As Ari switches to item 2 here. And Ari trying to get rid of that. Trying to get rid of that route. There we go. As Ari's gonna pause buffer his way down. I imagine, well, with his item energy as it is, he's gonna wait for no, he's just gonna go for it. Yep. Okay. Well, not gonna crash the walls into the booby room, which is fine. So Charlieboy now in Wily 4 here, as Arispici is about to enter the booby room. We still don't know what our wall weakness is yet. We know it's not Buster, Quick, or Air. Looks like the walls are weak to metal. As the, WAG made things a little difficult to see here. I mean, you're on page 2, should've just checked Crash. But he skipped it. Quick. Air, not heat. Air, not air. And it was Leaf Shield. It was Leaf all the time! So, Ari, out of Wily 4. Charlieboy coming up behind him still. He's still got a bit of time to... Oh no! Charlieboy. Sorry, Charlie, that roller coaster is not gonna get to you in time. Charlieboy trying to make up any bit of time, but it did not work in his favor. The green getting the better of Charlie here. So now he's gotta take the merry-go-round, merry-go-round around, so he can make it to the other side. Meanwhile, Ari is in his refights. That was his second Robot Master. Looks like I already forgot which direction he's going. Looks like Charlie is going to go ahead and crash the wall here. Enter the booby room. As Ari's got 2 more Robot Masters left in his refights. Buster Soft quick. Buster Soft Metal, and into the machine we go. Not Buster Weak. Quick, not quick. Bubble. Maybe not that bubble. Oh, was in fact air. Careful, Ari. Careful. Thank you. Air for both sets of the machine. And down it goes as Charlieboy begins their refights. Are going right in Victory Road here. As he's got one mission only. Kill the alien and Doc Dunn to take game 1 of this 3-game set between him and Charlieboy. Alright. Here we go. Taking on the alien Arispici. Is the Buster Soft as we are on page 1? Nope. How about quick? Not quick. We're just ignoring bubble because we really don't want to check it. Not air. Gonna check heat. Not heat. And it is in fact Metal Blade. Mash, mash, mash. And down goes the alien. Game 1 to Arispici. With official race time GG time of 30:22. Get those GGs in chat, folks. As Charlieboy is probably going to finish up his run, I'm going to take the time to set up the next race room for our best of 3 matchup here between these 2 runners. So give me just a moment, folks, as I go a little quiet here and press all the buttons. All right, folks. As we're getting ready on this side of the world, I want to thank everyone once again coming out to SpeedGaming 2 for our low bracket matchup between Arispici and Charlieboy. Ari taking game 1 of this best of 3. So we are switching to Tournament C settings for this race. So what does that mean? We're still doing any percent, but our stages will be hidden. So when we go into that stage, we're going to find out what's there. So our runners have been given their new seed, and I should have joined the red race room so that, because pressing all buttons. Anyway, so we are just about ready here. Just confirming with our runners if they are ready, as they too are getting all set up here. So I gotta say, so as far as the story of race 1 is, the real thing is Charlieboy's greed, as I like to look at it when you kind of do zips, got the better of him, as he was right behind Ari in Wily 1, but he missed his vertical zip as he was using his item 1s and ran out, which put him behind. And then once again in Wily 4, he set up his item 2 in room 3 of the anxiety rooms, and he got ahead of it and landed right into the spikes. So patience, so hopefully things will go better for Charlie this time, and maybe we'll get a game 3 out of this, folks. Wouldn't that be lovely? But right now, our runners are just about ready. And we'll find out in a moment. And we'll be off in a moment. Off and running here in just a moment. So just a little longer, folks. Alright, folks, the gate has been lifted, and in just a moment on your screens, wherever you are in this lovely world, we'll be off and running. Alright, folks, the gate is running on our screen here as the countdown is on. In just a moment, we are in game 2 of this best of 3 matchup between Arispici and Charlieboy. Tournament C matches. Let's see where we head off to. And Ari finds Crash first. Charlie finds Woodman. Ari says no thank you to Crash. And I don't think he liked that, whatever that was. Because I think we can verify that the top middle was Crash. So Charlieboy's gonna have a slight lead, I guess, as he's going through wood. Ari saying, okay, I'll do bubble stage. So no Crash Man for us right now, as Charlieboy is making their way through Woodman stage here. Looks like the construction workers from Gutsman stage were Chanky Makers. As we'll see some more zips here, folks. As we'll see if Ari can get the bubble zip here, and dink dink, folks. The rabbits that are disguised as Metal Man are in fact Buster immune. So that is not good for if you are runners, as Ari does get the bubble zip this time. And looks like we got one-shot tellies and prop tops here at the back half of Bubble Stage. And the crabs decided to come down late. And Ari gets an extra life, so that'll be nice. And Buster, I'm sorry, he damage buffs through the Springer enemy. And we got Airman in Bubble Room. He is not Buster Soft, but is he? Yep. He is our good. He is not just Airman. He is our good friend Velcro Man. As sometimes when Airman jumps too high in Bubble Stage, he gets stuck to the spikes. As Charlie takes on a Buster Soft Quick Man in Woodman Room. Let's see if he gets an item out of it. He got item 2. Oh boy. So right now, advantage Charlieboy, as Ari's got to deal with these with the Fantasy Inquisition here in the early going of Airman stage here, and it looks like Ari's, and I agree with what Ari is doing right here, is slowing it down a bit, as the tin cans hurt a lot, and you really don't want to be hugging them. And he's got to be careful when he goes to the clouds. Yep, there you go. Keep going. Alright. So sadly right now, Ari's gotta stop and go here, as he just wants to go. He can't hug the blockies, as they will kill him. He needs some health. That's not gonna do it either. That's rough for Ari. So, advantage Charlieboy now, as he's making his way through Metal Man stage here. So, Charlieboy using the remainder of his item 2 to get through the Metal Man door, and we'll find out who is waiting for us there, as Ari is once again low on health, and he's got to let the tin cans pass by. This is not good if you are cheering for Arispici to win this set, as Charlieboy takes down Flashman in Metal Room, and he gets item 1. So right now, fortunes are reversing for Charlieboy here, as he's having a much easier time compared to the first set, while Arispici is having a rough go, waiting on these tin cans to get out of the way. And Charlieboy making their descent in the Quick Man stage now, as he's getting through all the laser traps. Gonna pick up his extra life and E-Tank here. Arispici finally in the second half of Airman stage, because that first half was rough. Charlieboy using his item 2 to gain a few seconds here more in Quick Man stage, as he now makes the descent here. As we got ourselves a short-hopping Crashman in Airman's room, as Ari is opting to Buster fight him, which is fine. It's not like he's jumping all over the place. And down he goes. Ari's finally out of Airman stage, and he gets item 3 there, so at least there's some sort of reward, but he is definitely not happy right now. I would not be happy if I was Arispici, but we are going into Heatman stage next, We do have that item 3 in hand, so we will do the Heatman Zip here. So this will be very familiar, and I don't blame Ari for waiting for the PP to come through, just in case there were fan fiends waiting for him here. As Charlieboy now is in Flashman stage. As he made it through Quickman stage, but I didn't see what Robot Master was there. But I know there wasn't an item there, because we already have all of our items and we know what stages they're in. As Charlieboy is making their way through Flashman stage. He's gonna check that. He would. He was hoping for that heat to be probably a short charger, but it was not. So we'll find out about that probably when it gets to moving fights, if it's really needed. And more of the Vanish Inquisition blocking Ari's way. Charlieboy now in the second half of Flashman stage, using that item 2 to use here. Again, not going to take the E-Tank, that's kind of what he does. Check the wall weakness with the Buster, not weak. As Ari and Charlie entering their respective Robot Master stages. Doors now, as we got Heatman Heat stage and we got Wooden Flash stage. And neither of Buster Stuff. However, that is an ultimate weakness for that Airman with Air Shooter. Charlieboy bustering down this wood and does win the race. Not gonna remember. As Charlie with item 1 and item 2 in hand, gonna go into Crashman stage. Ari following Charlieboy afterwards into Flashman stage here. Gets the item 1 zip there. And boom, there goes. That's the crash zip for Charlieboy. Pulling out that item 2 again to make it through. Getting a few seconds here and there. Meanwhile, Ari is at the bottom of Flashman stage already. Let's see if he's going to do what he did last time. Yep. He's just going to take the bottom route and just go on through. Alright. And Charlieboy Buster, or damage boosting his way through There we go. Yeah, I don't believe. No. The other ship got off screen just enough. Oh no! Already taking the death on Woodman. He really should have grabbed that E-Tank. So Denki Kang, unfortunately, killing our boy Ari. As Charlieboy is entering the Crashman room. Down goes Denki Kang for Ari in Flashman room. Meanwhile, we got a rather camouflaged Bubble Man in the Crashman's room. And into Heatman stage, Charlieboy goes. Ari's now in Woodman stage. Ari will collect item 2 when he reaches the end of the stage, and he'll be quite happy because of that. But he is definitely in the hole right now, much like Charlieboy was in Game 1. So, there's still plenty of race to go left in this seed, folks. But if I had to place a wager now, we're going to have a Game 3. Alright, pulling out his item 3 now. And Charlieboy checking to make sure the fans get out of the way. I don't know about this item 1. Nope, item 1 is not good enough. We are going to have to take the walk here in Heatman stage, especially with no item 3 in hand. That Metal Blade is exactly going in the direction we really wanted to go. Charlieboy trying to avoid taking too much damage from these fan fiends as he's putting that item 1 to use. Ari getting the Goodwood Zip. As Charlieboy jumps his way around the Fantasy Acquisition. And much like Charlie, we are using the Buster on this Quick Man. One more. Down it goes. Item 2 in hand. Charlieboy going to fly across a lava. Yep, there's item 2 for Ari. 3 more stages left for Ari, and Charlie is going to have only 2, one of them being that awful Airman stage, but into Metal Man stage Arispici goes. If memory serves, and there's a lot of button pressing I'm doing, I believe there's an item 1 waiting for Ari at the end of this stage. We do know this Heatman is, in fact, weak to air, but Charlieboy does not have that on hand, unfortunately. But he is soft to the weak to Leaf Shield, so that's good to see. If you're rooting for Charlieboy, as he takes down Heatman with it. And Charlieboy, 2 more stages remaining for him. And Charlieboy right into Airman stage he goes, and he's finding out now about the Fantasy Acquisition and waiting for him. As he's using that item 1 to get around the tin cans that Arispici was really hoping that he could have had when he came through here. Pulls out that item 2, and he's going to go right through the halfway point of the rest of the first half of the stage. Meanwhile, Ari taking on Flashman on the conveyor belt, takes him down. He's going to get his item 1. So he's got Quick and Crash left, and it's going to go to Quick next. Meanwhile, Charlie's low on health, wisely taking an E-Tank here. He's going to maybe half and half this air shooter, this item 2 through air stage. Yep. Just picking up item energy when he can get it. But that was enough, and once again we are introduced to our Buster Immune Rabbits as Charlieboy is entering the Airman room, sponsored by Pizza Hut. And I mean late 80s, early 90s Pizza Hut, not present day Pizza Hut, the good Pizza Hut. And if you know what I mean by the good Pizza Hut, I mean getting A's on your report card and getting a free personal pan pizza. That Pizza Hut. Alright, anyway, Charlieboy having taken down air, gets his item 3. He's got Bubble Stage left for him. With the red cups, that's right. And the salad bar, the jukebox, and depending on your Pizza Hut, whether or not they have the tabletop Pac-Man or Mortal Kombat. Alright, so that's was Crash. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Quick. She still has Crash to go. Charlieboy is getting rid of these bunnies to do the zip. Alright. Ari's having nightmares with these tin cans right now, I think. Meanwhile, Charlieboy does get the Buster-only Buster Zip in Bubble Stage. Alright, we're gonna use that item too. Gonna jump over a few more tallies here. And hopefully not get bodied by a crab. Doesn't get bodied, but he does meet him right in the drink. As Ari really wants to get that crash zip, but it is not. But this stage is not doing him any favors. Meanwhile, Charlie is taking on Airman to a certain extent. Here's your extra Siberian Bull tip for the day. I kind of like to trick the metal here just to see if it would work, and it didn't. It takes right off an air shooter or leaf, just so I don't have to chase air into the spikes. But either way, Charlieboy is taking down this airman with the Buster. It's getting out of there into Wily Stage as we go. And once again, folks, we got Dr. Oates as our fiendish doctor today. So if you have never seen Mega Man 2 Randomizer before, and it's your first time seeing it as we enter the Wily stages, we play a certain game in the community where we guess the dragon, guess the weakness, and guess the sprite. We have in fact in this tournament seen the hidden dragon. Myself and Snape are the recipients of that special dragon, and if you want to go see that special dragon, I believe the VOD is here on SpeedGaming too. It is a very special dragon. But anyway, as far as what this dragon is going to look like, he's going to look burnt orange, and I'm going to say he's weak to metal. And I'm gonna stick with my prediction for the first phase and say it's the Oats Dragon. Meanwhile, Ari has reached the top of Crash Stage and has taken down Crashman, but he's got a lot of ground to pick up on Charlieboy as he's past the halfway point of Wily 1 here. This time not getting greedy with his item ones. Taking a shot from the mat on the way down. And switching to Crash he does. Actually, I should be switching... Alright. Dragon Ho! Well, looks like we get to see our second appearance of the Yoshi Dragon. And it is in fact weak to Crash. I don't know what kind of explosion it is. Yep, it's the big explosion. And it rips right through it. So down goes the Yoshi Dragon. As Charlieboy enters Wily 2 here now. Ari not too far behind, but is a lot of ground that he still has to make up, and he's got to hope that Charlieboy makes an error here along the way. Alright, making the last bit of climb as Charlieboy at the halfway point of Wily 2 here, doing what he usually does and ignores the checking the wall there, because you know, if we're lucky. Our Boo Beams in Wily 4 will be weak to metal or Leaf Shield, and I don't have to waste time checking wall weaknesses. Charlieboy letting the item 3 wide up a little more so then the squirms don't interfere with him. It is not bubble. Quick, not quick. Air. It is in fact weak to air. So those of you who may have had air shooter, congratulations. But it was weak to air and it was weak to crash, and looks like we got Invisipico here on Charlie's screen. He was weak to air shooter, 1-to-1. But kind of Pico units I like to see, weak to air shooter. Taking his E-Tank wisely. Just wait a bit, he missed. He's gonna no. Alright, actually it's not 1-to-1. It's just like 1 pip? Yep, 1 pip for the air shooter. So Charlieboy gonna be out of Wily 2 here with 1 more unit. Down it goes. Well, anyway. Into Wily 3, Charlie goes into the septic tank. Gonna take a little pit stop. Don't think the air shooter connected, so I don't know if it's actually a wall weakness. He's probably gonna have to check that again later. And again, with the verticality of that air shooter, it is a potential god weakness for the Boo Beams. As once again, we got moles here in Wily's septic tank. As drinking a lot of purple drink. Not metal. And oh, Charlie could have had a lazy leaf. Just you're already. I'm trying my best not to yell at Ari right now because he was already standing in the middle, and for whatever reason he did not put his leaf shield up. Anyway, Charlieboy taking on the Bowser Parade float. Not weak to air shooter. Oh, it was weak to air shooter. Down it goes. Looks like all our balls are going to be weak to air shooter here, folks. As both the runners now into their respective next stages. Charlie entering Wily 4, Ari entering Wily 3. And we got surprise crabs waiting for our runners in Wily 4. I have been on the recipient of this, and yes, it's just as annoying. Alright, Charlieboy at the halfway point, making their climb. Gonna just use item 2 to avoid trying to figure out what the other walls are. He's gonna do the vertical zip here. Alright, looks like we got some Lagphibians here, in the anxiety rooms. Meanwhile, Arispici finding quick boomerang for, the, dozer. Charlie quickly using those item 1s to make it through. And unfortunately, Springer enemies were in the 3rd room, so on our way through the anxiety rooms, Charlieboy is. And if he does what I think he's going to do, like he did in Game 1, he's going to crash the wall here. Oh no, he's not. He had plenty of item 3. I'm surprised he's just taking the walk. Unless he knows something that I don't. Was it heat? It was not heat. Alright, checking walls. He should have done this with metal already. And for the second time, I should say, in this best of 3, the wall weaknesses were in fact Metal Blade. Quick. Full charge sheet. Let's crash. Alright, so Metal Blade for the walls, crash bombs for the boot beams. And out of the anxiety rooms is Charlieboy, as he goes into refights here. Alright, anyway, pressing buttons in the background. So we got, there's still a bit of Velcro in refights here. Sometimes he doesn't get get into that status in refights, but looks like we're still here. One more shot, there we go. Picking up the extra health. Charlieboy go right? Charlieboy went right. So going clockwise as we take on Crashman in that room. Let's see, but Ari is now also in his refights, but he is down 3 Robot Masters. Was that Bubble? That's Bubble. That's 2 for Ari. Charlie's got 3 left. Yep. As they high-five each other. Charlieboy switching the Leaf Shield because he really wanted to go gung-ho with that Leaf Shield, but not exactly what you want to do with Heatman. Oh, he did the top 2 first. Okay, so that was his last Robot Master. Alright, into the machine we go. Not Air Shooter. Not Buster. Was that Bubble? Yeah, it's Bubble. So, Bubble for the first phase. Charlieboy gotta be a little careful here. Definitely was not Bubble for the second. Alright, metal for the second. Not exactly the best one because it doesn't give you the right angle. Charlieboy does get the metal blades in. Down goes the machine and off to Victory Road for Charlieboy here. And into Victory Road Charlieboy goes. Ari still dealing with his Robot Masters. Got 3 tanks on hand. Was it? That was his last Robot Master. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't want to do that zip, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, yeah, I don't think Ari liked that. And in fact, it was Metal Blade for both phases of the machine. Meanwhile, Charlieboy is in the alien fight now. He's on Crash Bombs. He's gonna hope that Crash's weakness. It is not metal. Not metal. Alright. And it is his back leash shield. One more. Boom. There we go. Down goes the alien for Charlieboy. Charlieboy taking race 2 of this best of 3. Setting up the next race room. Alright, folks. Those official race time GG times. Charlieboy, 38:48. Arispici, 31:44. We are, in fact, going to race 3 in this best of 3 between these two runners. We will switch back to the Tournament A format, which will reveal the stages again. We're still doing zips. Right now, we're going to take a quick break. Get some water, go to the bathroom, do whatever, as we set up for race 3 here. And right now, I'm going to mute again and do a lot of button pressing. So be right back. Alright, folks. Hope you grabbed a drink. You got the wastewater out of you. We are off and running. The beta has been released, and both our runners here on screen, wherever you are in the world. We have ourselves a Game 3 match between Arispici and Charlieboy. So get ready, folks, as Game 3 hype is, in fact, here. We are back to Race A settings, so it's pretty much any percent here. And we're going to find out who, in fact, will be moving on to face Snape in the next round of the lower bracket. As far as our schedule for this tournament goes, tomorrow night at, and I got it up here, at 9:30 p.m., it's going to be your boy, Cyber Bull 9 versus Casual Tom in the winner's bracket final. So the winner of that match goes on to the championship match. The loser goes to the loser's final. And, well, folks, if you were here in 2001, this is essentially a rematch of the same kind of tournament. So me and Casual Tom have faced several times, but we've also faced in that very same match. But off and running we go, and both our runners have chosen their respective roadmasters, and I'm not even looking at the right screen, and they're off to the quick advance stage. Button pressing all over the place. Alright, so down the quick shaft we go, as Charlieboy and Arispici making their way. Ooh, Ari's hogging the spike chomp, as we got ourselves some Met Joes in the hallway here, along with some prop tops and some Springer enemies. As our boys are neck and neck going through the hallway, and down the lasers we go. One more S, well, two more S turns, I should say. Alright. As we go through the final hallway here, as we're about to find out who our first robot master here is in Quickman's room. As we get to see ourselves a Woodman in Quickman's room. He is Buster Soft, and boom, both the runners have taken down their respective Woodman. Are we going to get an item out of this stage? No. Alright, off to Bubble Man stage we go. So, I guess I should say, surprisingly, off to Bubble Man stage we go. Not to say that I know how our runners think or what they choose, but, you know, I'm just gonna speak from my perspective here when doing A or B revealed stages. I just go top. I simply just go top to bottom, whatever stage is there between Quick, Flash, Metal, and Bubble. Generally not Bubble, because I want to get my E tank from one of those other three stages. But anyway, into the Bubble Zip they go. And alright, I'm doing an extra hop there, as the crabs are falling down into our seafood buffet. As Charlieboy will be the first of our two runners here to enter their respective Bubble Man bubble door. Alright, and we got ourselves a Heat Man, and it is weak to its own weapon like it usually is. Heat on heat violence, folks. And pick up there, one more. Down it goes. So Charlieboy and Ari taking down their respective Heatman and Bubble Room into Flash. Charlie goes, and Ari right behind him. And I hope you like getting punched by Pharaoh Man, because here we go. And it looks like we got ourselves some fan fiends in this stage, as Charlieboy checked to see if he had Flash, so he could move quicker, but he does not. Looks like Heat and the Buster didn't work, and neither did our third weapon, I think. I think Charlieboy checked our third weapon. So none of those worked, and down the Flash corridor we go. Alright, anyway. More fan fiends in the way. One Thunderlord to get around. Is the Vanish Inquisition gonna in fact be here in the second half of the stage? They are not. One Baton in the way. And both are runners in their respective flashbang doors. As we got ourselves a Metal Man doing their Elect Man cosplay. Charlieboy taking down theirs first with Ari right behind him. Item please. Item 1. Thank you. Alright, so both our runners getting item 1. Charlieboy opting to go to metal stage next, and so is Arispici. So, step for step, both our runners are going. This is having similarities to me and Snape, because I didn't ask him, and I wish I did, but I'm pretty sure during our race we kind of just shared the same brain cell when choosing stages. Charlie trying to get that item 1 zip, but Ari electing, considering his ventures in the last seed, saying, nah, I'm just gonna go through. He does find Air Shooter to take down the chickens 1 for 1, but the back end is just a little slow, so it stays on screen. So our runners are still pretty much holding hands, as I will jokingly say here, as they make their way through metal stage. So the sync continues, folks. Let's see what awaits us in the second half. Looks like Air Shooter was going to work for the chain, but not so much the toads, as both the runners are making their way through the second half of metal stage here. I am be interesting to see who's going to be waiting for us on our conveyor belt, as Charlieboy will. Oh nope, they're back in sync now. Charlieboy going to touch the door first on my screen as they enter their respective Metal Man doors. As we got ourselves a Flashman here. And still in sync, both Jackie Chans go down. And item please. Item 2. Let's see what our runners do now. Charlieboy gonna go to Crashman stage with that item 1 and 2 in tow. Ari opting to go to Airman stage next. Ari gonna pull out his item 2, and there are gonna be Tauntauns in the clouds, and yup, as if on cue, Ari does get tackled by one. Meanwhile, Charlie is about to complete the crashes up here. Heatman in tow, and done. So halfway through the stage we go. We got some gear chesters in the way. Charlieboy wanted to use his item 2 to get a second here and there to get through the stage, but didn't exactly work to his advantage, as Ari is now going through the second half of Airman stage here. And it looks like we got some space monkeys here, so this is an easy walk for Ari here. Looks like there was a Buster Immune Rabbit in the way. Charlie going to use that item. I'm surprised he was only using it once, not multiple times. But meanwhile, in Airman's room, we got a Quick Man. Hopefully we can find a weakness for this guy. Looks like we found Bubble. Looks like he is soft to the bubble. One more. Down it goes. Item 3? No. I pressed the wrong one. Alright, so we got Crash Band in Crash Band's room for Charlieboy here. He is, in fact, a Buster Soft. He's actually a rather relatively standard Crash. He's Buster Soft. Item, please. Item 3. Charlieboy got all the items. Ari into Woodman stage now. Charlieboy gonna go into Woodman stage right behind him. So both the runners have 3 remaining Robot Masters. Ari's got all the long stages. Charlie's got 2. Plus he's got that, what we saw on Ari's side, a relatively tame Airman stage. So this could be advantage Charlieboy, but we really won't find out until we get into Wily stages. Not gonna use that item 1 to do the zip, so Arispici is gonna go into the treehouse here. Charlieboy does have item 3 in hand, so I imagine we're gonna see him put it to work. Ari putting that charged heat to work, however. I'm imagining right now in my head they're gonna be at the door close to each other. Depending on what's going to show up here in the bottom half of the stage. It's a Met. How about up top? Nope, Joe. Alright. So Ari is gonna enter the Woodman door first. Charlieboy is gonna be right behind him though. And who awaits us in Woodman's room? It is Airman, and he is Buster Soft. Gonna get through the last couple here. Nope, Airman, not a bro. But Ari does make it work. Charlie kills him at the same time. Sync, sync, sync. See where our runners go next. Ari is gonna go to Crash next as Charlie goes to Heat. Somehow this works for a Crash Band stage. Alright. Ari wanted to use that item 1, but it's definitely not a good item 1. So let's see if he goes for the Buster Zip now. He's not. So Ari not gonna do the Buster Zip. He's gonna go through the elevator section with that item 1 instead. So advantage Charlieboy. Charlieboy has zipped through the Heatman corridor, jumping on item 2, gonna fly away to safety. As Ari, out of item 1 now, gonna go through the second half of the stage now, with item 2 in tow. As we got one Jobit in the way. I don't know if that... Yep, gonna jump right off. Ooh, Ari wanted to jump on item 2 here to make the second climb there, but unfortunately he was too close to the wall, so item 2 disappeared on him. As we got ourselves Charlie taking on the Boobly Man and in Heat Room. Take him now. And he's got one stage left, and that is in fact the Airman stage. As Ari is about to meet Crashman in Crashman's room. Ari. Thank you. Alright, go nuts. It still didn't matter. I'd rather have taken the E-Tank, just to be safe. Because that's just being way too cautious. But he does take down Crashman in Crashman's room. And he's got Heat stage left. Charlieboy firmly ahead, in my opinion, going through Airman stage. So he'll be the first of our runners into Wily stages. As we have seen earlier, the second half of this Airman stage is a cakewalk with just space monkeys getting out of the way. Meanwhile, Ari's gotta take the long road through Heat stage here, and hopefully the enemy set will leave him alone. I believe there's prop tops waiting for him in the Yoku block section coming up. As Charlieboy enters the air room. Yep, there's Quick Man waiting for him. He's not checking for weakness, he's just going old Buster here. Old Buster Scruggs. Double kill, but tie goes to the runner, as Charlieboy will in fact be the first of our runners to enter the Wily stages, or I guess I should say Kunio stages. As one more time for good luck, folks. Guess the dragon, guess the color, guess the sprite, and guess the weakness. Here we go into Wily stages as Ari is about to take on, I believe it was Bubble. He was not weak to anything, or weak. Soft to the Buster, I should say. As Charlieboy using that item 1 to use, gonna pull out the item 2. Alright, Charlieboy firmly in lead, switching the audio over to him. Alright, I gotta do the thing. Alright. It's gonna be a pink dragon, weak to bubble. If we even check it. It's also gonna be the Shades dragon. So, about to meet our dragon here in just a moment. That's Blue Shades. We have a true blue in chat, so let's see if it ends up being the Buster. That is Crash Bomb. The explosion works. So off to Wily 2, Charlieboy goes. Arispici just behind him, about to take on their dragon. Filling up on item 2 as we start Wily 2. Well, might be colors, but I think it's more purple than blue. Who knows? Not. It's not Buster. Oh, but I did get the bubble, so I'm happy about that. Alright, sorry, I've got a stretch here. Oof. So into Wily 2 Ari goes. Charlieboy at the halfway point here of Wily 2. Alright, Charlieboy taking on the Pico units. 2 air shooter, no thanks. But Charlie is gonna go with it. I'm pretty sure there's a better option, but I don't think it's air shooter. Not leaf. That's bubble. And Charlieboy just gonna go back to the air shooter. What? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. Ooh, Charlieboy hugging the Pico unit as Ari's right behind him. Charlieboy just sucking up, finally taking that E-tank. Ari finding Metal Blade. And that's probably the better option. So of our 3 options, bubble, air, and metal, I'd probably take the metal. As we as we enter Ozer's mansion in Final Fantasy VI. Be careful you pay attention to choices, because you can just go in circles. But please, 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 do check all the chests, because yeah, you'll have the same fight like 7 times, but that's a lot of XP and gold to get. Alright, Ari is right behind Charlie into Wily 3 as Ari is going to refill his medal just a little bit, as Charlieboy is now at the halfway point, as we go through the slime in Wily's septic tank, as we're about to take a look at the dozer here. Charlieboy taking the time to refill a little bit his air shooter, because who knows, maybe it's the dozer weakness. It is not. Bubble. It's bubble. As Ari is going to be right behind Charlie entering the dozer fight. Let's see if is Buster weak. It is not Buster weak. Quick, not quick. So Ari finding, I would arguably say finding Bubble a little faster and having better weapon energy. So he's made up some time, but he's still a little bit behind Charlie, as Charlie is into Wily 4 already. Ooh, Charlie finding both of the fake holes here. He didn't make the jump there, so he's going to bleed a little time back to Ari here, as they are a screen apart from each other. Charlie trying to jump around the corner there, so he's just giving up the ghost here. See if Ari falls for it too. He sure did. So Ari giving that time right back to Charlie here in the anxiety rooms. Let's see what awaits us in the screens coming up here. Nothing in the first room. How about the second? How about the third room here, game? Ooh, Ari being a little rebellious there, using those item 1s and hoping that landing on the platform there would not be a false floor there, and it wasn't. So through the anxiety rooms Charlie is. Are we gonna crash the wall? He does not have the item energy for it, so we're just gonna go straight into the walls as he refills his air shooter there. Alright, wisely just saying, hit me, shrimp, you only do 1 damage. Charlie on Metal Blade, see if boo beams are weak to it. And how about doesn't check the walls, just goes straight to leaf. Oh, it was air. So air shooter, the weakness to the walls. How about finding a boo beam weakness? Not bubble, quick. Is it crash again? 2 crash bombs. Ari has already found air shooter. As Charlieboy takes down the boo beams quickly, as off to refights here. Ari's got to hope that something tragic happens to Charlieboy, as we got to deal with a little bit of megalomania. Alright, that was Charlie's first Robot Master, now for his second. As DJ Metalman has made an appearance and decided, you know what, I don't like Megalomania. We're gonna play Pharaoh Man stage instead. And Flash Week Jackie Chan Man. Flash Week Jackie Chan Man. Yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, Bubble. This is number 4 for Charlie. Ari's on there first. Ari doing the Siberian bull strat of, you know what, Bubble Man's just gonna come right to me. I'm gonna use either metal or leaf to just take him down. Charlie opting to use the Buster on Quickman. Charlieboy, by the way, is out of E-Tank, so if something tragic happens to Charlie, could be a great sign for Arispici, but he's got to be careful. I know that Crash Man was weak to the Buster. Charlieboy about to take on Woodman. We know he is Buster weak. Oh, that's a lazy leaf, as our good friend Arispici would call, or LV Creed would call that. All right, so we already know Heat's weak to heat. Take him out. One more. Down it goes. All right, into the machine we go. Charlie does have full health, but he's got to hope the weapons are agreeable for him. Not air, not bubble. Quick. I go to page 2. That's what I would do. Not metal. How about crash? Alright. Two. Crash is not for 2. Metal is for the second phase. Do we diagonal? No, doesn't matter. Alright. Charlieboy has taken down the machine. He's right ahead of Arispici going into Victory Road here. We gotta find one more weakness, as Ari is now... Oh, Ari did not see the explosion from the crash bomb. Oh no. Charlie wanted to crash the wall, but that didn't happen. And heat was the weakness for the machine for both phases. I think he's about to run out of heat. Charlieboy on page 2 for the alien here. Not metal or not leaf, not air. It is heat. One more. And get those GGs in the chat, folks, as Charlieboy has taken down Arispici in this best of 3 matchup. Arispici about to take on the alien himself. And Ari's just got to find the heat, which, if I know this man, and I like to think I do, he's not going to find it in time. Entering the room right now is our winner, Charlieboy, with an official race time GG time of 29:35. GG's.
Thank you, sir. GG. GG's to Ari. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah,
what a match.
Yeah, well, you had to make up for your errors in the first game, as Greet got the better of you there, and you pulled it off.
Yeah, I definitely had to tone down the whiskey bit. What's up, Ari? GG's, my man.
GG's, man.
All right. Well,
you had my back against the wall, my man. Like, man, I was. You had me for the 2.99 count, but I kicked out.
And Ari had some trouble in that second seed right at the beginning, which I'm gonna let him talk about it.
Yeah, I got into Airman second, and man, I was 1 tin can away from getting through that first screen. And my trajectory, I misjudged the trajectory on the quick boomerang. Although I would have been beaten up, I would have at least made it to the checkpoint. And I lost like probably 1.5 minutes right there, maybe even 2.
Oh man, yeah. First race, I was stumbling on like Wily 1 vertical zip. I fell. What else did I do? That was
you also ran out of energy of your item 1 there.
Yes, I did. Yeah, and then I went back up, and I had 2 item 1s and not 3 to get across. And man, I want to say there was one time I was able to place item 2 just high enough to get across and then jump on the ladder, but I don't think that's realistic. And if it did ever happen, then it only happened once, and I was very lucky because that is not an easy thing to do. So instead of just like, I just up A start, suicide reset at checkpoint, grab the item energy there, and that was seed 1. Seed 2, I think I was doing okay. I don't remember exactly where I messed up. And seed 3, I was doing great, and then like I was on the fastest pace I've ever, well, maybe not the fastest I've ever been on, but one of the fastest I've ever been on. Like my pace was like 27:36 or something like that. And then then Wily 3 happened.
Hi, Dave.
Which I missed my refills in Wily 3. I went for them and I missed them, so I decided to pull out item 1 and tried to get them anyway. And then I said, well, I'm taking too much time. I just got to go. And luckily, I was able to fill up on the way to Wily 4. But yes, up 30 for me, and then I mean, not even a minute behind, and like low to mid 30 for Ari. Like that third seed was pretty nice. Mostly.
Yeah. You were pretty much neck and neck in that third seed. Ari, I just wish you saw the crash explosion go off on the machine.
Yeah, I did not. Totally didn't.
I thought phase 2, I saw it go off, so I kept on shooting. I'm like, this ain't doing anything.
No.
So I had to switch, but man, that item one in that last seed kind of it was like just good enough, but not.
Item 1 in all 3 seeds kind of worked exactly great. I think only one of them was decent, but they weren't exactly great in all 3 seeds.
Yeah, I think what I had to do, didn't I have to do the full crash climb in Seed 3? That definitely set me back.
You opted to do that. I'm surprised you didn't do the Buster zip again. Because
there was a fan fiend on the bottom.
I wasn't paying attention. Soloing the booth and having to press everything.
Oh yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, so, sometimes your biggest fans want to show up to support you, but sometimes they can be toxic, and they were in that Crash Man stage. And I just kind of got hung up on the Boo Beam fight. It's always been a bane of my existence. It just took a little longer than I wanted to. But, it wouldn't have mattered, because Charlie destroyed that 3rd seed anyways, so...
I mean, in fairness, you both destroyed that seed, you just destroyed it a little bit more.
And I still wasn't as performing as good as I wanted to. I mean, I'm not trying to be, like, whatever about it, but, like I made mistakes still, is what I meant. And I wanted to not make mistakes. I wanted to get that I wanted a PB. I was super on PB pace all the way until Wily 4. So mine is 43 going into Wily 2, man. But yeah, no, GG's to Ari nevertheless. Man, what a great competitor. Thank you for joining once again, like always. And yeah, all the promo stuff. I mean, we didn't get to do a whole lot this time, but we put something out there a little bit yesterday and this morning and all that, and it was a bunch of fun.
Always is.
I really thought you were going to get me this time.
Well, I did pick against you. So. Oh, if you guys don't have anything else to add, I think we can get ourselves out of here.
Yeah, no, that's about it. Winners finals is
tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, myself and Casual Tom. It's pretty much a rerun of 01.
Yeah, and then I believe me and Zanape are going to be on Monday, around the same time as. Actually, I think it was an hour later. No, before. So it's 3 p.m. Eastern.
So gonna run it back, huh?
Yeah. That's another one that I'm gonna have to do my best on. I mean, I do my best regardless, but yeah, backs against the wall, all the way up. And whoever wins between me and Zape makes it in the money. So I mean, gotta do what I can to get there.
Right. Anything else?
Nah, I gotta go get ready for work, boys.
Oof. Hey, GG's, my man.
Well then, with that being said, thanks once again to SpeedGaming for having our tournament again this year. Thanks to Charlieboy and Arispici for an incredible match this evening. And thanks to you guys in the chat for joining us. Join us tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. That's Eastern time. Be myself, Cyber9 versus Casual Tom. We'll see you there. You have a wonderful evening.
Have a good one, everyone.
GG. Shout outs to Bull for comms. Take care, y'all.